Hi, how are you
Hello.
doing? How are you doing
Good.
today?
How are
Uh,
you?
I'm doing well. So with a show like this, to me, it felt like it was playing with a couple of different genres that we've seen it within television because it is one of those shows where a bunch of different people who wouldn't be connected are connected because of one
Uh-huh.
event. But
Yep.
also, it's a plane crash, so everyone's instantly thinking about Lost. So for you as an actor, though, your character in particular has such a interesting journey, especially in that pilot where she's already kind of on her own emotional journey separate
Yeah.
before everything goes down. And then obviously her life gets turned upside down. And so for you, what is the most appealing thing about this character to you that made you want to be a part of the
Yeah.
series?
Honestly, it sounds so simple, but the idea of playing a really, really successful, powerful woman. Oh, are you kidding me? What? So intrigued, especially a successful Black woman. When I first got the audition, I hadn't read the script yet. I just had one scene, and it was specifically the scene where uh, Adriana's grandmother is telling her that she wants her to run for office. And that's the only
Mhm.
context I had. And so I read that and I was like, oh, we have a very, very powerful journey ahead of us. And I think it's so necessary right now. We've seen a lot of stories of Black grief and Black suffering, and those are all important, but we also need to see Black joy and Black wealth and Black success and all of those things. And so it felt really invigorating to get to tell that story.
Yeah, and I mean she's pretty awesome because like even when she's in like one of the sadder parts of the pilot, she's still like, no, I'm gonna do this right thing because I know what's right in this world and I want to be that
Yeah.
person that does the
Yeah.
right thing. And I think that's why she is so fascinating right out the gate.
Yeah.
Um, with this though, it is very not disjointed, but like from what we see in the first couple episodes, everyone is pretty separate
Yeah.
with all these arcs. And so for you as an actor, is that fun, or do you wish that you did have more moments where it was like, yes, this full cast where none of these characters would have met otherwise get to interact, or are you kind of like, no, I like my storyline, I'm cool with sticking with it?
Yeah. I mean, it was such a wild, wild learning experience. My first week on set, I was literally doing phone call scenes by myself. It was a crash course in improvisation and just yes anding yourself and going with the flow. Fisher Stevens, our director for
Mm-hmm.
the pilot, one of the first scenes I shot with him was this montage bit where Adriana's answering a bunch of phone calls. You're seeing her walking, you're seeing her fill out paperwork and things like that. I think the text for that specific montage was maybe like 2 to 3 lines. I sat down, picked up the phone, said my 2 to 3 lines, and then Fisher just didn't call cut. And I just had to riff and just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. And it was a little terrifying at first, but it was such a good experience because then when you get with other actors, you're like, oh, I know how to do this. Great. I've improv with myself alone in the bathroom mirror, so I can work off of another person. But yeah, I'm excited to see where the story can go with the other characters. I'm hoping for more intersection in the future.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm just picturing you being like, yeah, I can improvise with a phone, so it's fine.
Yep,
Just hi. Oh,
literally.
sorry, improv phone. You have to do it like this.
Uh-huh.
But with this series, it is obviously one of those that like people are gonna have an emotional reaction to it
Yeah.
regardless. What do
Yeah.
you hope audiences take away when they get to see Dry Word and specifically meet Adriana? Because she does rule with the exception of, the sad parts
Yeah.
about her story.
Yeah, yeah. I hope that people realize that they can make something from their sadness. They can make something from the cards that they are dealt. We don't get to decide what devastating things do and don't happen to us in this life. They just do, and it's unfair and it doesn't make any sense. But then we have a decision to make afterwards, and we are in control of what we do from those moments. And so I hope it brings hope to people. I hope it makes people feel brave and lets them know that they can go do the thing that they've always wanted to do. I know for myself, being in my 20s, it's often easy to feel invincible and like you're going to live forever. At least Adriana did at first. And then you lose someone and you realize that life is temporary. And that's part of what makes it so special. And so I'm hoping it just it spurs people to go live the life that they've always wanted to live because we don't know how long we have.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I can't wait
Yeah.
for audiences to get to see Dear Edward and to meet your character. I love her.
Oh, thanks. Have a good one.
Thank
Bye.
you. You too. Bye.